Welcome back to our Express Ridge Meadows special from the Senior Center. It's time for a success story from Maple Ridge, featuring a good old-fashioned country family band.
Well, there used to be a time when the roses and your wine.
There's some serious talent coming out of Maple Ridge.
When we were babies, we were singing and performing, and that's pretty much all we ever did. I don't remember a time when that didn't exist.
Tom is manager, producer, and dad for country duo One More Girl, and their mom Linda is a songwriter.
We're not a normal family, I won't give you that, because it's all showbiz here. There's nobody goes to work at 9 in the morning and comes home at 5. We get to hang out in Winnipeg for the 27th and the 20th.
Even though Carly and I are One More Girl, this is a family band. Being in the studio with my dad is the best working relationship.
The sibling harmony from the Everly Brothers on is a very famous kind of sound.
She reminds me a lot of Diana Krall. She has like this, she has sort of like a raspy, sort of lower tone voice, and I envy her because I love the tone of her voice. She's so talented and she's so creative, and her mind is just working all the time, and she's such a perfectionist, and I think that's what the best of the best are. They're perfectionists, and that's what Brit is.
Carly and Britt released their album One Big Sky in 2009 and will start recording their second album later this year.
I love so many different aspects of this. Like, I love making the videos, and I love touring and perform, like do what Britt and I always wanted to do from the time we were like little kids.
Their biggest accomplishment to date was the Rising Star Award given to them by the Canadian Country Music Association. It's sure to be just one of many awards this duo will collect, and they still continue to impress even their biggest supporters.
I well up with pride every time I see them. Every time they perform, well, that's the ultimate for me. I love it more than anything, seeing them do their thing.
I'm really glad that I'm able to work with my best friend. That's pretty cool. Not very many people get to do that. I wouldn't want to do this without Britt, and I just think that this is going to sound conceited, but I know she'd say the same thing. I think I have what she lacks, and I know that she has what I lack, and we kind of complete each other in sort of a non-cheesy way.
Maple Ridge, I'm Melanie Panetta for The Express.
Carly and Britt's mom, Linda, wrote a song for them recently, which will appear on their next album. You can also go to onemoregirl.com to find out about their upcoming tour dates. Now, today's Express, we're going from a Maple Ridge family band to a Pitt Meadows family-run restaurant. It's time for the chef's specialty at the Firehall Bistro.
Across the street from a Pitt Meadows fire hall is an elegant French bistro with a clear mandate.
Basically, downtown food with suburban prices is what we're promoting, right? You know, so people do not have to leave the community or the Tri-City area and head downtown to eat this type of food, and they're not paying high prices.
Gordon co-owns Firehall Bistro with his son Stephen, a European-trained chef who makes everything from scratch with fresh, local ingredients.
Wherever I can get it locally, we're going to use it. Chicken's from Chilliwack, if I can get local fish. Halibut's just finishing up for the year, but anything and everything that's local and fresh, we source it out.
You know, a good sign is people very rarely ask for pepper and salt because we don't have any on the table. It's seasoned to taste as it comes out of the kitchen, so immediately people will say that, will say it's seasoned to taste, but I'll go get the salt and pepper, right? I'll bring it back to them. They usually say, you know what, I don't need it, it's fine the way it is.
Stephen is inspired by the change of seasons and frequently adds new dishes and specials to the menu.
The porcini mushrooms are from BC. They came in. You're going to be having them when you're raviolis today for lunch. So, I mean, we just try our hardest to change the menus through all the seasons and teach people what actually is out there. I mean, the chestnuts from the tree, pumpkin, it's total health.
We've been open, I would say, about 28 months now, or 26 months, and we've changed the menu 22 times. We're using fresh halibut. You're filling in for the chef creation tonight, and the rest of you are using for fish and chips.
Working with family presents unique challenges, but also unique rewards.
All right. Can be extremely frustrating at times, right? You know, the front of the house and the back of the house don't always see eye to eye.
He's out front, I don't see him. Oh, it's not my forte out there talking to people.
But on a whole, we basically listen to each other and appreciate each other's comments, right? And when we're busy and people are constantly commenting, you know, the plates are clear and they're loving the food. It's just a joy to work with them and put his food out on the table. So, young lady, we have one goat cheese pittivier with a walnut sauce, bon appetit, and the porcini ravioli.
Gordon says he has a steady stream of regulars, and they often express the same comment.
They can't quite get why this little restaurant puts out this kind of food in Pitt Meadows.
I'm Kendall Harris in Pitt Meadows for The Express.
The Firehall Bistro doesn't have a website, but you can read lots of positive reviews and get more information online at dinehere.ca. And we've got more stories of community from Ridge Meadows coming up. Up next on The Express, the ladies who lunch at the Ridge Meadows Senior Center.
It's a really good menu, and it's really good food because it's like it's home cooked.
The building as it looks today was essentially the same as it looked then.
Preserving the past at the Pitt Meadows Museum.
In here, we have
The Express. This is your local voice.
Almost 4.5 million Canadians live with arthritis. It's a leading cause of pain and disability. Arthritis strikes young and old alike, and the burden of illness takes an enormous toll. The Canadian Arthritis Network is a not-for-profit organization that funds research and connects today's players in arthritis research. We're all working together so that today's arthritis research becomes tomorrow's cure. For more information, please visit arthritisnetwork.ca.
Welcome back to The Express at the Ridge Meadows Senior Center, where they're serving up more than just a place to socialize. Arlene, we always joke about the kitchen party. It seems like you guys have a kitchen party every day.
We do. We do. We have a great time in the kitchen. There's a lot of really good volunteers. We have 3 paid staff here. We serve anywhere between 50 and 80 people at a time. They're having veal cutlets with mashed potatoes and broccoli today, and there's different soups. They have sandwiches, they have desserts. It's a really good menu, and it's really good food because it's like it's home cooked. I do all kinds of different things here. It's an absolutely wonderful place to be. There's so much fun, and people don't need to sit at home and be alone. They can be here and be with friends.
The Ridge Meadows Senior Society also has a Meals on Wheels program, and they supply 50 to 70 meals per day. Now, you are watching our Ridge Meadows special, and we're just about done, but before we go, we're going to take a trip back in time at the Pitt Meadows Museum.
Leslie Norman, the curator and manager of the Pitt Meadows Museum, is getting ready for another day of visitors. From the outside, the Pitt Meadows Museum looks like any old house in its location on the bustling Harris Road. But what visitors soon learn is the rich history of the building itself.
The history of this building is that it was the first general store and post office for Pitt Meadows. It was actually built on a site that was out closer to where the present-day airport is and was towed here by horses in 1908. That time it was just the core box that made up the store, and over the years, additions, wings were put on it. We know that most of those were on the building by 1912. We have a photo from that era. And then by 1921, the final wing was put on, and the building as it looks today was essentially the same as it looked then.
The city of Pitt Meadows bought and restored the museum in 1997, opening it to the public a year later. From day one, their vast collection of donated artifacts was put on display, perfectly preserved from their original owners.
In here, we have a beautiful dress. It was actually the wedding dress of Annie Louise Cook, who was one of the first women who was not First Nations to come and settle in Pitt Meadows.
Wow. Visitors can even get a feel for pioneer Pitt Meadows by trying one of the museum's many hands-on displays. Assistant manager Jennifer Chernecki showed me one favorite, doing the laundry.
So one person holds it here, and the other person will go around to the handle.
Crank.
That's you.
And then what do we do?
You give it a spin. There you go.
That's hard. In addition to the displays, the Pitt Meadows Museum offers many community programs. One program in particular, the Young Curators Program, gives high school youth a chance to be part of history.
What it involves is these youth come and they kind of help run the events that we do for other kids, and they act as mentors and they get mentoring themselves and they get a lot of work experience.
And according to one young curator, the perks of the program are definitely worth it.
Well, one of the best parts is not only it helps with school, but it looks really good on a resume. And I love history, so finding out about local history is really cool. And I get to interact with the public, get to know the people in Pitt Meadows, and that's fun.
But the most important aspect of the Pitt Meadows Museum is the legacy it helps create for the community.
And we can help youth and just people in general learn skills or find out a little bit about their history and hold on to that knowledge for the future.
And that future will hopefully look just as bright as Pitt Meadows' celebrated past. I'm Mona Mansour in Pitt Meadows for The Express.
You can find out about upcoming activities at the museum online at pittmeadowsmuseum.com. And for other activities happening in the Ridge Meadows area, we've got your Express Spotlight. You can gather at Spirit Square to commemorate the sacrifices of members of the armed forces and of civilians in times of war. The ceremony includes a procession, speeches, and silence in memory of those who lost their lives. Start your Christmas shopping early at a vibrant indoor market at St. Andrew's Haney United Church. Begin your market day with a pancake breakfast prepared by the folks at the church. This popular one-day sale showcases the weaving, spinning, basketry, and more produced by the members of the Wannock Weavers and Spinners. There'll also be ongoing demos and a display of felting. And that's it for today's Express from the Ridge Meadows Senior Center. We're going to leave you with a look at the current exhibit at the Act, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.